Hey friends, welcome to the channel. It's Christina, and today I'm going to share with you what I have planned for our family subjects for the upcoming 2026-2027 homeschool year. Okay, so I will be sharing our family picks first. I'm not doing it in the same fashion as I usually do, which is curriculum week. I'm kind of going to spread this over the month or so and kind of share with you my thoughts for the upcoming year, what we plan to do. So I will have a rising 7th grader and a rising 4th grader. And I have taken some time to really think about what we want to do. Originally, my plan was to have them in separate history streams. But every time I think about that, it seems quite daunting. And I know I have a couple more years where I can kind of put them together. So that's what I've inevitably ended up doing and planning for this upcoming year. So we are going to keep them together for history this year. Now we have, we're currently working on ancient history, so we'll be moving on to the Middle Ages. And they will be doing, their separate sciences and other individual subjects. So I'll be sharing those videos soon. So if that's something you're interested in and have children with similar ages, feel free to hit subscribe so you don't miss when those are uploaded. Okay, so for our history, we will be using World Story 2 from Master Books. This is the Middle Ages. So we have the fall of Rome through the Renaissance. So this is what we'll be using. And we're just going to be notebooking. So the same concept of kind of what we've always done for history is notebooking. Written narrations, drawing, copywork, various activities that we come across that we want to do throughout the course. So we will be using the teacher guide sparingly. There are some good ideas in here for like artist study, different things like that, and little activities that they can do throughout the course. So writing activities, things like that. So I will be referencing that. For that, there's also timeline. So we always keep a timeline. We use, we use The Wonders of Old. It's a blank timeline. So that's what we use for our timeline. So both of the kids have this. So we'll continue using that. We'll also be grabbing maps from here. This is Map Track. This is maps of world and U.S. history. So this has been an awesome help to all of my history that we've been doing the last few years. So I love this resource. So I'll be pulling map work from this as well. I keep pulling things because we're currently still using a lot of this stuff. But we'll continue on using that for history for this upcoming year. So we do have some books we'll be reading. I will be reading as read alouds. I've already planned our reading list, so each kid has their own books on the time period as well that they'll be reading. So stay tuned for those in their videos. But we're reading Flame Over Tara, Children of the Longhouse, The Samurai's Tale, Master Cornhill, and Castle by David Macaulay. So these are books that I will be reading to them, and we have some reference books here. A lot of these I pulled from my own shelves, so we'll just be using them for the upcoming year. I'll also be reading an island story, which this is something we've read on and off, and when they were younger, I started using Ambleside when my oldest was in 1st grade. So she'll be going into 7th next year. And this was just something they really just weren't really well at narrating at. And so we would pick it up, we would put it down, we'd pick it up, we'd put it down. So we're going to go ahead. I think they're both ready to kind of dive back into these stories. So we'll read this Stirring Morning Basket, and also the Book of Virtues. So that is another one I'll be picking up. Again, another book that we've picked up, put down throughout the years. So this will be added back in to our morning basket as well. So for poetry, I think we're going to stick with Emily Dickinson for the year. So this is just poetry for young people. Again, just something I pulled from our shelves. But I do love these resources. There's a biography of the poet, and it gives explanations on to help you understand what the poem was meaning and what the author meant by it. So these are a really helpful tool when doing poetry. For our handicraft, we will be doing sewing. So this is super simple sewing for kids. Another resource I pulled from our shelves. And I'm planning hopefully to do 1 or 2 of these projects a term. Probably going to go more for 1 per term, so 3 projects throughout the year. But just really simple, easy little projects, simple supplies that I'll need to collect. But this will be our handicraft this year. We focus more heavily on art this current year, so I wanted to do something. We've done like rope tying, wood carving, which has been a casual handicraft my son's been doing this year. My daughter's been baking, but that's just something she just loves to do all the time. So we're all going to get together and do sewing. I could probably get a little better at it myself, so I'm excited for this. And then for art, I still have resources. So we have this Living Art Lessons, which we started the year before last. I have other art books. I have drawing books. So we've been doing portrait drawing this year, really enjoying it. I've been doing it with them. I've really found there was a lot of years where you kind of like forget the things you love to do so much when you were younger. And so I've found a new love for kind of revisiting art and the different mediums and all of that. So we will be touching on drawing and, pulling from this and just doing, I like to incorporate art. So that will definitely stay consistent within our homeschool. So this is just one of the resources I'll be pulling from. For health, we are going to do Living Healthy with Master Books. So this is something we'll do together. And it gets you up and physical and just learning how to eat and all of those things. So I'm excited for this course. I think this will be fun for us. For Spanish, we're still using this as a resource. We'll continue to do that. This is Spanish for Children from Classical Academic Press. So we'll continue using that as a resource. Also, I'm going to bring in Speedy Spanish again. This is something my daughter did in her 3rd grade year. A little bit into 4th. So we're going to bring this back. It worked well for her. However, they've updated it. So I don't have the updated version here to show you, but I will be purchasing it. I just don't need to do that just yet. So they've, like this before, it was just like this book. Like they would have the workbook. They wouldn't have like a separate teacher guide, but then there's CDs. I have the CDs where there's like you can hear it being said and the songs and all of that. Now that's all digital, I believe. But I'll just continue to use the CDs. I just need to update the workbooks. So now there's workbooks, A and B, and then there's a teacher's guide, which I think will be helpful because that was kind of an issue. I had to really like plan ahead for the week to figure out how I was going to teach this to my daughter when we did it because it wasn't really laid out well for me to just pick up and go. And I really like the open and go style of curriculum. It's helpful for when I'm planning or thinking ahead. So I'll be purchasing those. I do just need to get one other set of cards. So we have cards. I have more cards somewhere else in another container, but there's like little matching games and different things you can do. So I just need to buy another set for my son, as well as the workbooks. the teacher guide. But we do plan to bring in Speedy Spanish as well this year. I think I might try Pimsleur. I think it's the channel Classical Casa. She's got a great channel over there, and she was mentioning Pimsleur. And I had taken a look on there. Okay, I grabbed more books here. So for our Bible, we're going to continue with Long Story Short. This always takes us more than a year. We did the New Testament, so now we're working through the Old Testament. Love this resource. It makes it really easy to get into the Word with your kids and kind of go slowly through to help them understand everything that's going on. So we will be continuing with this. I was going to change it because I kind of did that last time and took a break, but I think we're just going to keep pushing through. And also we're going to continue with Passport to the World. We're doing world geography with this book. We're still working on it, but I think we'll have a little bit left to do next year. So that is my plan, to continue with this, and then we may move into another geography idea that I have, but I won't mention just because who knows if we'll get to it, right? We have 102 questions children ask about the Bible with answers for busy parents. It's a resource that I thrifted. So again, another book I pulled from the shelf. We have 101 things every kid needs to know. This is similar to like a Connoisseur Kids, which we're kind of doing now, but there's some other topics within here that I don't think we have touched on, so, or at least touched on in a while, I'll say. And I like to revisit ideas, you know, every so often, just so kids don't forget about these significant things talked about. Okay, so other read alouds. We have Hero Tales, which is a family treasury of true stories from the lives of Christian heroes. We have already read this when my daughter was younger, so we're going to move through this one again. I want to start the Chronicles of Narnia, so we will be doing that and probably finish the Little House series. So I have these. I'm pulling a lot of books. All these books are pulled from my own shelves that I want to read before I'm buying more. So we have Florence Nightingale, God's Servant at the Battlefield. We'll read this. This I bought a couple years ago and we never got to it. The Preacher in the Emperor's Court, John Chrysostom, and Paddington series. So this is another one my son mentioned that he wants me to read. So we'll probably do this as just kind of a fun read aloud. That's the plan. These are some like literature ideas, just kind of going through some series, actually getting through them since they're sitting on our shelves, and revisiting some old ones. So that's the plan. And as far as like, you know, artist study, composer study, hymn study, we do all that through Ambleside Online. So I'm just going to be following their plan for that for the upcoming year. We also do folk songs. We've done this the first time this year. It's been so much fun. But I'm not using the folk songs from Ambleside. I'm using the folk songs from music in our homeschool, I believe. I can link down the information down below to the list that I'm kind of pulling from. I'm kind of picking and choosing from that particular list. And that's been a lot of fun. So I'm sure a lot of that maybe will carry over to next year. But that is pretty much what I have planned. So I've kind of put everything back into this box because this is how I'm storing everything. Because everything that we use in the current year goes on shelves. We did move, so this is primarily where I'm keeping a lot of those books. So this is a lot of what we're referencing this year. So when I clean all that out, I'll be able to take these things out of the boxes and put them where they belong here. Transport a lot of these downstairs. So that is what I have planned for the upcoming homeschool year of 26-27. This is different than how I would usually show these, but this is where I'm at. This is how it's going to look for us. I'm actually really excited. We do hopefully want to bring in music, like an actual instrument. This is something I was hoping for last year, but because we moved and our year just has looked a little different, our schedule has been different, everything has just looked unlike previous years. We didn't get to that, so hopefully. I was looking into basics of music theory through the Masterbooks Academy, so that's something on top of my list, and have them start with keyboard or piano. So that is an idea I have. We'll see if we get to it. I won't be able to let you guys know if we did or didn't until next year arrives, so we still have a ton of time before that happens. But I do like to kind of get these videos out when I can, or when the decisions have been made, so that maybe I can inspire someone out there if you guys are just looking for ideas, some inspiration. I know we all have different homeschools. All our homeschools look different, but I know I can gauge some inspiration from other mamas out there or other teachers out there. So I appreciate you hanging out with me on this video. And if you've read any of these books or done any of these programs, let me know how you like them. How did your family feel about them? Give me an update. Drop me a comment down below, and I will see you on the next one, guys. God bless.